Taryn J Daily. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification button and stay tuned.
Okay. Yes. Crisco. Get into it. Okay, I'm about to start filming my video. This is my first YouTube video, and this video is about my skin. It's about topical steroid withdrawal. I'm also going to put a reference in this video and every video that I do. It's called the TSW Atlas, and it is information from a medical doctor. I'm looking here and I'm looking here, but it's information from a medical doctor about the diagnosis, about the treatments, about the scientific breakdown of what it is that people go through when they withdraw from topical steroids. And I'm doing a get UnReady with me. Video trolls me on your ass. Don't play with me in these comments. You know what I'm saying? You see that makeup? Period. I've had it on for hours and hours and hours, and now I can start to take the take the makeup off and talk about coming off of the medicine. Let's get into it. This is a very vulnerable video. Trolls me on your ass. Don't play with me in these comments. But I have to be up close and personal with the camera, and I'm in a full face of makeup, and I'm taking it off on camera and talking about this. So let's get into it, baby. Without further ado, I got me some little face pads, some coconut oil, because your girl went glitter. She said use some kind of oil to take the glitter off. And then I got two cleansers. I got this La Roche-Posay. I use this when I have makeup on because it's like a thick, it's gonna get everything off. And then my everyday cleanser, CeraVe. Also, tried and true Crisco for the bitches with the eczema. Use a little Crisco. And this is chickweed. Chickweed ointment is rubbed off, and I'm gonna insert a picture of it. But chickweed ointment is good for people with eczema, and I need hydration after I take this makeup off and strip my skin. And I'll talk about some more, some different things that you can use in order to help you. So welcome to my channel. If you are new, well, really everybody's new because this is my first video. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Taryn J Daily is the YouTube, Instagram, and all of that. So we're about to get into this. I went to FD Artistry. Go over to her page if you would like to see the tutorial for this look. Into it. Yes, I've been going to her for years, and throughout this transition, my skin constantly changing. She was always there to help me to feel and look beautiful. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, I'm 32 years old. I'll be 33 in October. Big Libra gang. And I was diagnosed with eczema when I was between 6 months and a year, and I had eczema in the inner corners of my elbows and my legs. So bye, look, serving bruh, serving. Okay, so I have been using topical steroids since then. I'm looking right here in my ear. I'm just putting this on the glitter part so I can wipe it away. Okay, so like I said, had been diagnosed with eczema when I was 6 months to a year old, and they started me on the medication then. My mom doesn't remember exactly the name of the medication, but it was always either hydrocortisone or triamcinolone. I have been using the medicine when I flared, every time. Same kind of medicine. The doctors always gave me that kind of medicine. So that's what I'd always been using. It was, oh, my lashes, girl. Take your lashes off. Okay, lashes off. Okay, so back to the story. Okay, that came out, period. Okay, so I have been using triamcinolone ointments, hydrocortisone ointment for my eczema ever since I was a little child. Okay, so there was really no other conversation about any other medication, and the medication was working great. We lived in California, and then we moved to Memphis, Tennessee, and as far as I can remember, I have always gone to the dermatologist, and they've always given me medication along those lines, triamcinolones and hydrocortisones. Now, when I can remember putting the medication on myself, I was in middle school. Okay, and this is also when I remember having my first bad reaction to the medication. Also, on my forearm, I got like really broken out, and I went to the doctor, and they switched me from, come on, glitter. They switched me from a cream to an ointment, and this was supposed to help my eczema. So they switched me from again, this is all I know, they never gave me any other option to use any other kind of medication. When they did switch it, it worked. So I went on, you know, with my life using the medication that they gave me. So to the doctor maybe 12 to 15 times, and they always prescribed me the same medication. Of course, I was in high school, so I used the medication damn near every day because I did not want to have any eczema spots on me. So, but they never said that it wasn't okay for daily use, and I used it daily. So come to find out, you're not supposed to be using it daily like that. After using it for 2 weeks, you use it sparingly, and then you stop using it. I was never told that, ever. And I can vouch for that, my mom can vouch for that, or whatever. Okay, so all through my teenage years, I used it. I would say the only time that I stopped, and this is when I realized that it was an issue, I believe I was around 20. I just used the makeup wipe. I'm gonna use another one. I was around 26 maybe, and I stopped working my corporate job, and I went back to college. Now, when I did that, I lost my insurance, and I had to go on state insurance, which was cool. There's no problem, baby. I ain't had a problem with it. But my insurance had lapsed in between time, in the meantime. So in that time, I was not able to get my triamcinolone. I was not able to get it in that time frame, and I think it might have been like a month and a half, not even 2 months that I was off of. Maybe even a few weeks, but I can't remember exactly. So just some water on this right here. So I went without the medication for about 3 weeks to 6 weeks, and when I didn't have that medicine, baby, it was giving crackhead. It was fucked up. Okay, now I didn't want to go through withdrawal. I didn't know nothing about it. It's not something that I researched. I'm talking about none. So when I actually went through the withdrawals, not knowing what it was, I was just like, my skin's so fucked up, I gotta hurry up and get back to the doctor, and I got to get my medicine back. Like, that's just that on that. Like, it ain't no two ways about it. Like, ain't no two ways about it. I gotta get my medicine back. But when I did go back to the doctor, I did ask the doctor, and I think I saw 2 different doctors, but they were both like dermatologists. And they both kind of told me, I see how your skin is, and you know what I'm saying, it is bad, you know, because I started the early stages of withdrawal. But basically they were telling me there's nothing else that you can do. Like, this is it. You're going to, so I was just researching everything. Like, I had the time. Like, I was like, it gotta be a different way. Holistic in a way, kind of healthier in a way. I was looking into it. They say I was doing it, but I was looking into it. So I just started doing my research on natural ways to take care of eczema, natural ways to heal your eczema and things like that. And I kept steroid withdrawal. Every single time I typed in natural ways to take care of your eczema. I'm gonna clean it again. And so I started to look into this, and I was just like, damn. My skin was hot, it was shedding, it was very itchy, it was this, it was that. So I'm comparing what I went through in the time that I was withdrawing, thing that people go through. And I wanted to stop using the medication also, because if it made me feel like that and do that, I know it's not good. Maybe it's not helping me like I think it is, and it's actually hindering me. So let me look into it more. So I continue to look into it, and most people who were using it for prolonged periods were actually addicted, i.e. me. Now the doctors I didn't even go to a doctor to talk to them about the topical steroid initially, because I didn't know anything about it. And by the time I got ready to per se stop using the medication, I was like, what do I need a doctor for? Because at this point, I've already asked the doctors, what is it that I could do? Where is it that I can go with this? And they always pointed back to topical steroids. So I know that they probably weren't going to agree with me or even advocate for me in this situation. So I just kept researching, like I said. Now, I didn't stop using the topical steroids until 2019. So that's how long I was pondering this. Like, this is not some shit I just was like, oh, I'm going to stop using this shit tomorrow and I'm gonna be better. No. It takes from 3 to 5 years to actually heal from topical steroid withdrawal. So if this is something that you're thinking about doing, it's some long haul shit. It's not no, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna be healed type shit. So that's another reason why I didn't do it immediately, because I was just like, is this really what I want? Like, why am I being called to do this? But I was definitely being called to do it. And I'm not going over the steps of this getting UnReady with me, baby, because it's just all over the place. It's just how I do it. I take the white towel. Yeah. So fast forward to 2019 when I finally decided. What I did was gathered all the natural medicine that I felt like I was going to need from all of the YouTube videos that I had watched. And I was just like, okay, fuck it, we gonna try it. What I got to lose, you know what I'm saying? You know, let's do it. Now this was, I graduated from school in May of 2019. Crisco, baby. Crisco. I graduated from school in May of 2019, and then I stopped taking the medication. And I'm gonna lay this on thick, girl. Lay it on thick. Yeah. Graduated in 2019, stopped taking the medication in December of 2019. Okay? So, initially, a doctor. about it. Now, when I finally did talk to a doctor about it, they were like, you should have tapered off of this medication. You shouldn't have went cold turkey. That's why you're going through withdrawal. Turkey. They did not, you know what I'm saying, taper off of the medication, because it's like, for what? It's still in my system, and then when it's finally gone, I'm still going to withdraw. Now, I did it cold turkey and did not have any intervention, meaning I didn't have any other medication to help me with it. But now, if you notice, watching TV and watching ads and things like that, you see a lot of medications that say steroid free, no steroids. Just look, if you're looking around for eczema medications, look how many of them appeal to people who don't want to use steroids, because it's some real shit. So 2019, I stopped using the medication, and then about 3 or 4 months later, that's when the actual withdrawal started, and I'll be adding videos in a progress. At first it was cool. See, I went to go get my makeup done, and then some memories came up of me in this same shirt, baby, and looking at my skin then, and I was like, okay, I can do this. But then I, looking at the research that I did, I knew, this was just the calm before the storm, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to start withdrawing. So I really didn't start withdrawing until about, at first it was kind of subtle, like subtle things like my skin, the hyperpigmentation changing. Oh, and if you notice, and I just want to point this out, you see the color of my nose. The color of my nose is the color of my skin tone prior to topical steroids. Now, a lot of people with topical steroid withdrawal, people of color and Caucasian people, their noses aren't affected, so you can always see. So that's why my nose is a lighter skin tone. So I just started to have hyperpigmentation when the withdrawal, and I was like, okay, it's cool, and then boom, the pandemic happened. And as soon as the pandemic happened, my withdrawal started to get a whole lot worse. This is chickweed, and I'm just applying it to the places where I have like dry skin and maybe flares, because it really helps with it. And my skin just gonna be greasy for the rest of the video, because it needs hydration after taking the makeup off. Taking your makeup off feels so good too. Okay, so yeah. Yes, the withdrawals really started to happen after, when the pandemic started, and it just started to get worse. But it also was what I expected it to be, because I did so much research. Now, there were things that I did not expect, and I'm gonna do a full video on every symptom, but this is just like, the basics. But things that I did experience was, of course, the flaky skin, sensitivity. I could not, cold, hot, it was super extreme. Like I said, the spreading of the hyperpigmentation. So where I used it most was my hands, my face, in certain areas of my face, not my whole face, but like around my mouth, and where else on my face? Really, that's really it, around my mouth, and on my hands, certain parts of my legs, but not like my whole leg. But also, I was just putting it on, mixing it with like Vaseline or another emollient, some kind of lotion. I was just mixing it together and putting it on my skin. So honestly, it was like all over my body that I was using it. So all of my body went through the withdrawal. So a lot of symptoms, and withdrawal is not easy. It was like bone deep itch and things like that, and that lasted for a good 1.5 years. So I would say it started 4 to 6 months after, and then from then on till now, been a lot of different symptoms. I even had at some point like panic attacks where I had elevated heart rate and things like that. Allergies that I never had before. Bananas, baby, I can't eat a banana. Can't have it. Can't have it, poo. Don't give me one. Don't give me two. I'm gonna be fucked up. And I was never allergic to bananas prior to this. Yeah, so full body withdrawals. I was tired. I was just lethargic. My skin was weeping, and weeping is just like if you rub too hard or if you scratch too much, then your skin comes off with this fluid, and then it makes your skin flake after that. I was in the house just like everybody though, and I thank God that I went through the withdrawal when everybody was in the house, because my skin started to change. I was able to be covered up. I was able to wear a mask and things like that. So that was good, you know. But it really, baby, really took me down through there. And everybody's just like, you guys, that's what it is. It's your eczema. It's your eczema. No, it's me withdrawing from this medicine. And just to think, if you use it and you overuse it because you're misinformed, and you come off of it, you think that you're going through more eczema type symptoms, but honestly it's you going through withdrawal from the medicine that you're using. And challenge your doctors. And I say challenge your doctors because if you know that you're using this medication and say it was in a small part of your body and you use the medication and now it's running rampant, make a change and know that you can make a change. There are also immunosuppressants. I haven't ever used immunosuppressants at all. I haven't ever used any oral medication. I only use topical steroids. Now this could also happen if you use oral steroids too. It can affect you in the same way and probably different ways also. So 40 months of withdrawal is pretty normal. And so if 12, 24, 36 and like 36, but I think that it's gonna take me a little bit longer. So the steroids that can cause this topical steroid withdrawal is the over-the-counter hydrocortisone, but that's very mild, so you know. But if you are using prescription strength topical steroids, then that can most definitely affect you when it's time to come off of them for withdrawal. So like creams, there are lotions, I use ointments, and I use creams. They said there are other things like syrups and stuff like that, but that's if it's you taking an oral steroid. Like I said, I never took those, so I can't speak to that. But there are injections and pills, injections, and like inhalants, prednisone and stuff like that. It's like I never use that, so I just can't say, you know, that's gonna give you topical steroid withdrawal too, because I don't know. That I don't know, because I never used it. I use triamcinolone, like I said, and hydrocortisone. Okay, so a little bit of history, and all this information is coming from the Topical Steroid Withdrawal Atlas, and I'm going to put all of those links in my video, because this video really helped me, and I always went back to reference it when I was having a fucked up time. Okay,